What are these circular metal objects on the stairs? I accidentally bumped my knee against one, and it was quite painful. These objects are present throughout the building and are quite sturdy. I'm uncertain about their purpose, but they can certainly cause injury if one is not careful. Any ideas what this thing is? This device is designed to deter skateboarders. I found it while cleaning a holiday rental property. It is magnetic, has a shiny dark gray appearance, and weighs 22 grams, leading me to believe it is made of metal. It feels cold to the touch initially, but warms up when held in my hand. Anyone know what this is? It's one of a pair of rattlesnake eggs. You hold them separated slightly in your hand and toss them up in the air, and they make a cool noise when they magnetize together. That's about it. I bought this small pitcher along with several antique silver tea sets at a flea market. While it is hollow and capable of holding liquid, its size renders it impractical for use. I am uncertain about its age. Some of the accompanying items date back to the late 1800s, while others are from the mid-1900s. However, the pitcher itself does not appear particularly old. The shop owner was also unable to provide any information regarding its origin. Anyone know what this is? It's for holding cream. I found a small metal rod, which appears to be brass, featuring a wavy arm that opens in Eastern Europe. It seems designed to attach to a belt securely. Initially, I considered it might be a letter opener. However, it is entirely dull, as you can observe. Disassembling it reveals a small spring that allows the arm to remain in various positions, rather than being fully open or closed. Anyone know what this is? It's spring money clip. You insert it in a wallet to hold cash in the fold. I saw an object at a local junkyard in Hungary that stands approximately 2 to 2.5 meters tall. It appears to be constructed from a type of metal and has a bell-shaped design. I would suggest that it is likely a rocket engine cone. The two pictures depict different objects, yet they exhibit a striking resemblance, although the top portion of one appears to be missing or possibly replaced. Both objects are similar in size, material, and shape. They have been sitting at this junkyard for a year now, and it usually stored outside. Anyone know what this is? This is a 40-year-old cone from an old Soviet rocket. I'm not sure how long it has been at this scrapyard, but I'd bet money it was from some nearby Soviet facility that was abandoned after the fall and scrapped by the locals like a lot of USSR hardware. After the fall, people in a lot of places needed food, and the USSR had no claim to the materials anymore, so they were often pretty much up for grabs. This thing could be made of a variety of things. I'm not at all sure what kind of alloys the USSR might have been using in the 70s or 80s, but it is almost definitely either mostly aluminum or titanium for all the parts that are still shiny. Steel alloys, even stainless, won't hold up to the elements with this little corrosion for long. We can be sure it never saw space because it would have been pretty shredded on re-entry and would have required underwater salvage. It might have been test-fired at some point, or maybe it was never finished. It might have been a prototype or test platform, or it might have been intended to take something to space or deliver something unpleasant to another continent. It could have been a cast-off due to a manufacturing defect. I found a small metal object shaped like an acorn in a garden bed outside an old schoolyard built in 1840 in New England. This item is approximately the size of an acorn and features a rounded, smooth point at the bottom. I showed it to my uncle, who is a metal detecting enthusiast, but he was unable to identify it. His best guess was that it might be a toy top. We also considered the possibility that it could have hung from a string, similar to a plumb bob or weight, but there is no hole present for threading a string through the object. Any idea what this is made for? It's a Nova hybrid dowsing pendulum. The Nova pendulum is a good pendulum for therapeutic and everyday use. It is a safe and gentle pendulum, similar to the Isis with a strong, energizing, and rejuvenating ability. The pyramid shape inside brings in cosmic energy, and the rings around it multiply its strength. I heard several clunking sounds outside my house in Central Florida and discovered an object in my backyard. It is a heavy cone composed of small spheres, seemingly made of a rusty metallic material. The bottom is flat and relatively smooth. Interestingly, the entire structure has a consistent texture. It appears to be entirely metal, and the binder does not exhibit a plastic or waxy feel, which is puzzling. I have inquired locally and conducted online searches, but no one seems to have any information about it. Any ideas? That's Organite, a pseudoscience energy thing. Polyester resin is an organic compound because its molecular structure contains carbon. So carbon is the identifier of what is considered organic in this equation. Some, but not all crystals contain carbon, so they too are organic. The organic compounds work to attract Organite, life force energy, prana, chai, etc. The inorganic is the metal and some crystals. But metal is very important as it is the metal which most strongly activates the cleansing matrix by both attracting and repelling energy. The organic materials simply attract the energy, so without the metals you have an ineffective and inert piece of resin art. My metals professor in college does not know what this thing is, and we are as well, despite him having several of varying sizes. The box contains no information beyond what is depicted in the photo. The object appears to be made of a ceramic material and features an inverted dome at its center. It resembles a ceramic disc or plate and seems to have relevance in metal forming or an art metal studio. We suspect that Superior may be the manufacturer, but our online searches have yielded no results. The age of the item is uncertain, and it weighs approximately 1 pound and 2 pounds respectively for the sizes. It's around 2.5 inches on both sides. Any ideas what this thing is? It is a slate dish for grinding flux. Back in the day, you put a little water in it and rubbed a borax cone in it to make up the day's flux. My father found this earlier today using his metal detector and is uncertain about its identity. It measures approximately 5 centimeters by 4 centimeters, and the back is marked Made in England. Any ideas what this thing is? It is part of a bracelet or belt. It would have had companions joined by links on all 4 corners.